What is up, everybody? My name is Andrew, and welcome back to Space Engineer Survival 2024. This is episode number 4, and we are returning from our battle with the Parallax base over there, which is now our base. We're returning with an inventory full of things, and we're gonna head back to the base and do some construction on the base in this episode. Last episode, we did a very disastrous, but you know, it turned out well, battle with the Parallax military installation. We built a bunch of drones, and this was the drone carrier that we used to bring them into battle, and that part was disastrous. But then we were able to actually go in with a machine gun and do some work, and then we were able to get a final drone in there to help us out. So yeah, it was a bit of a disastrous battle, but you know what? We got the base. We got the base in the end. That's all that matters. So let's head on home, and we're gonna bring a lot of materials. Let me actually see what we have on us. Looking at this, we have a lot of scrap metal. We have some explosives, a lot of tools from the 2 times that I died. We've got tons of steel plates, tons of construction components, basically all stuff that we're gonna need at this base. And in fact, probably even stuff that we can use to rebuild our drone armada if we want to. I'm seeing a lot of motors, maybe not enough, because those guys do require quite a bit motor-wise, but it'll definitely help. So in this episode, I'm planning to do some base modifications because it's about time. Last episode, we spent the entire time doing the battle, and we weren't able to get any of the base stuff done. So this time, we're going to expand our base with hopefully some more pressurization, some more rooms, and we might even get that hangar done that we were thinking about doing. The hangar so that we can actually work on ships while pressurized. That'd be really cool. So let's head on over here. We're going to park right in front of our base, and we're going to start unloading everything. And hopefully our one small cargo container can hold it all, but I don't know if that will be the case. We're gonna park right here, press P, and I think, yeah. So let's start unloading here. We're gonna just go one by one, trip by trip, and we should be able to get everything unloaded in a couple of trips. Ooh, the sun is coming over us as we're unloading. We've got just a couple more trips to go, but you can see the sun is starting to bathe our base in light over here, which is good. We always like to have some sunlight while we work. So let's do these last couple trips, and we should be there pretty soon. Well, maybe it's a lot of large steel tubes, so who knows, but we're almost there. We're getting there. All right, I believe everything has been transferred over. Let's take a look at our haul. Looking in here, it looks like we have 769 steel plates. That's really good. 500 interior plates. We got a bunch of construction components, a couple of large steel tubes, small steel tubes, and we actually got a lot of space credits. There are some stations around here somewhere, but I don't know where they are. But it is on, so they should be somewhere. Anyway, in this episode, what we want to do is, I'm thinking we want to expand the base a little bit. So primarily what I'm thinking is we make this room pressurized, which would be good. But also I would like to perhaps make a couple more rooms. So I'm thinking maybe we need a room for like a med bay. It'd be nice to get a room for cargo as well. And then perhaps a little hangar, which I'm thinking might go like right here. It might fit in right here pretty perfectly. So we'd get like a little hangar, and that way we could build rovers inside the comfort of our own base rather than having to build them out here in the elements where it's freezing cold and oxygenless. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do in this episode. Let's start by doing something simple. We're gonna go ahead and pressurize this area right here. So what do we need? Actually, before we do that, let me grab some materials to build with. So we'll get maybe 50 of those and like 30 of those just in case. And let's head over here. So what do we need to pressurize this area? It's pretty much, well, okay, we need to add some sort of wall, which this room's, you know what, this room's just gonna be simple. We're just gonna do it like, we're just gonna do it very simply by making like a boring little wall like this so that we can pressurize it. So this room is not gonna be our final assembler and refinery area. We're gonna probably expand this eventually, but for now, at least we can build this little area so that it's pressurized. Okay, there we go. So it's enclosed. We just need to weld up all this stuff, which we might be able to do because we do have quite a few stuff, and we have quite a bit of iron as well. Ooh, this is kind of cool looking through, seeing all that. Okay, I think the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna put our vent like this, facing that way, and we're gonna connect it up via that. So there's gonna be our vent, and we're gonna get we'll put our blocks back because I removed these for a second. There we go. And let's go ahead and weld up all this stuff if we can. So what I want to do is I'm going to grab the vent, and I'll go through here because this will probably be the easiest. And we'll weld that up. And then we'll start welding up some of these blocks around here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Try and get those. And I think we will be able, for quite a while, we'll be able to get everything that we need to build because we got all those materials from the military installation. Plus we have a lot of iron, so it shouldn't be too difficult to build things up. There we go, and that's gonna be how that's connected. So I noticed last episode, by the way, that our base appears to be kind of floating a little bit, and I don't really like that. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna start building down here. So any rooms we add, we might add like right there, just so that it doesn't appear like it's floating in midair. Or we'll add stilts, I don't know, either or. But let's continue to get this stuff welded up so that we can finally have this room pressurized. All right, final block for the pressurization is gonna be this one right here. Which I can't seem to put on my build planner. Come on. Can I? Okay, I guess I can. Oh, because I already have the stuff for it, I guess. All right. Well, there we go. There is our pressurized room. And let's actually see if it's pressurized. This is going to be the moment of truth. We're going to head on in there. Wait, did we pressurize the bottom floor? We might not have done. Oh, yeah. Okay. So it would not have been pressurized. We need to get this stuff. Okay, I believe this is the last block in here. So after this, we'll be able to do our leap of faith and see if this room is pressurized. So let's head on over here. We're gonna open it up and we'll see. Either it's gonna depressurize the entire base or it's gonna be pressurized. Let's open this up. And you know what? I'm gonna leave the door open for maximum gamble. Okay, here we go. Will it depressurize the entire base? No, I don't think it did. I think we've got it. Yeah, okay, we now have another pressurized room. I put this in here, so let me real quick change that so that it's a little bit brighter. There we go, much better. It's now part of the base. Okay, we now have 1, 2, 3, well, technically 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms pressurized, so that's good. Everything's going along pretty well. And this is gonna be now a new area that we can go in without losing oxygen. So let's move on to working on the hangar, I think. So that's gonna be a cool thing that I'm kind of excited to try out. And let me actually check how many interior plates I have in my inventory. I have none. Maybe I use steel plates for this, actually. I'm just thinking about it, and we'd want the floor to a hangar to be kind of hard, right? And I know the armor blocks are a little harder than the rest of the stuff. So let's go out here, and we're gonna have to work on this from the outside, but I'm thinking we're gonna do the hangar right here. So we'll probably end up moving this or something like that, but basically we're gonna have like this continuing all this way, and then maybe up to right there. So it's gonna be kind of a small hangar for now, but as this expands, which I think it will, because it's probably gonna expand and then go downwards so that we can get to the rooms that I'm gonna put over here. As this expands, the hangar might expand also, or the hangar might loop around. I don't know how we're gonna do it yet, but for now, we're gonna go with a small hangar, and it's gonna look like this. So, how are we going to do this? So it'll be about that big. I'm thinking this is gonna be a pillar. And then we're gonna wanna have rovers be able to go into a spot here. So I'm thinking this probably, we could move this. This isn't that crazy. We could move it to maybe face this way or something, which would give us a little bit more space in the hangar. But I also might not mind how it is. And I think if I do something like this, put the next pillar right there or the wall right there, then I think this will be fine. As far as height, it'll probably come up like this. And then maybe go even a little higher on the inside. So we might flip this around and go up like that, because I want to give this enough clearance as well. Then maybe we save a couple steel plates by going with the half armor blocks for this. I think that would be a sensible decision. Okay, so you know what I think what we're gonna do? We're actually gonna expand the hangar all the way back here. I was saying this might curve around and then go down like a set of stairs, but I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have this end right here, and we'll have a door going into the hangar. And then over here, we'll have this side come over here and then curve around and then go downstairs. So the base will not really continue that way as much as it'll continue this way and down. Okay, so I think I like that better, which means we have a little bit more space to work with over here for our hangar. And again, we might expand it this way as we get more stuff, but for now, I think this is gonna be good. And then what we can do is we can put like a conveyor here. And the problem is I don't know where I wanna put my connector, because this is kind of low, which means I could probably make a connector that's on the ground floor, but it might be actually easier to do something that's on the second story. So we'll have a conveyor right there. It's gonna come up. Basically, it's gonna hit this, and then it's gonna turn into a connector like that. Okay, so the connector is gonna be on the second floor right there, which is gonna kind of be a little difficult for these to reach, so we might have to do something with some ramps to get it like up to that level, which is fine. I'm okay doing this. That'll kind of give it a half raise, and I might do that a little earlier as well. I don't know. All right, this is coming along. And then I think it'd be a cool thing if I could get like a hangar door. Those are really expensive though, that's the problem. But they would fit here because they go down about 2 blocks. So if I got a war hangar door, we could get maybe the windowed ones, and then I could do one right there, and then a third one in the middle, maybe without, or maybe a third one with a window in the middle. I don't know, something like that. And it looks a little weird from the outside, but I think that would be good. That would allow things to get in and out without disturbing the pressurization, and that would also allow this to fly out if it needs to. And then right here we'd have probably windows. So something simple like that I think would be good. And then maybe on the side as well, we'll do a window facing this way. Probably here, 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 here. And I think that would look good. All right, looking at this, I think this is going to be a good hangar. This is going to be a nice one. Well, we'll need to connect right here. We'll need to connect right there. But for now, it's looking good. In fact, you know what? Maybe I make the connections first in there because that'll have to disturb the pressurization. So let's hop in here. And we have a connector right there. So let's close this so that we can disturb the pressurization right here. And we're going to be looking for this block. We're going to have to remove it, which is going to break our pressurization, but it's okay. That one and this one should lead to there. So we're going to go with a one right there. See if we can get that pressure. Let's see if we can get that built up. Okay, we have all the stuff for this. Perfect. And then we need to just give one more of those right here. There we go. See if we can get that built up as well. And with that, we should no longer have to disturb this room. It should be pressurized again, and we should be good. So let's head on back to our hangar so we can get working on that. And then for the door, we're probably gonna put the door right here, I'm thinking. I guess we are gonna have to disturb everything else, so might as well work on that right now. Let's see where this would end up. Right here? Yeah, I actually kind of like that. So you know what, while we can, since I like these doors, we're gonna go with a one of our nice airlock doors. Or not airlock doors, but sliding hatch doors, because I think they look cool. So how is this gonna face? We're gonna need some steel plates for this. So let's grab some of those. We only have 4. Let's grab some of those and we'll put the door. Maybe I like that better. Okay, so we'll get our little sliding hatch door there, and let's see if we can build it up. We're gonna need some bulletproof glass. I'll put that in production. That shouldn't be too long to build because that is just silicone, I think. Yep, there we go. And there is our sliding door. So now if we close this, we should be pressurized again, and we are indeed. Awesome. I like where this is going. Let's head on out, and we will, actually I wanna keep this open so it doesn't try and pressurize again. And we're gonna start welding this stuff up. So this is gonna take a lot of steel plates, that's the thing. These alone are gonna take 250 plus 100, so 350 steel plates per, which is insane. Which, I mean, is fine because we do wanna go do some work on the coffee shop over there. So that's gonna be a good excuse to go do that when we need more iron inevitably. Let's get started with this block right here, and this block, and this block. Let's get those. And I'm noticing we actually it would be nice to have some sort of container out here. Maybe we'll put one out here. I was gonna put like a normal conveyor in between there, but I think what we'll do is we'll put a cargo container in there so that we can use that. And let's remove our build planner real quick so that I can get that prioritized, because that'll make building everything in here just a little bit easier. Okay. All components withdrawn. Coolio. Get that built up. There we go. Okay, now that we have that, it should be easy to get these built up. There's one, and that should be this as well. There's our connector. All right. I actually kind of like this as well because with a rover up here, we should be able to get under it and kind of do some work on it if we need to. I think that's kind of neat. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tell it to build up the all the girders and the bulletproof glass that we need for these windows. I think that's a good first step. Then let's get these built up because I know we have interior plates. Although I actually say that and I don't know for sure. Possibly we don't. Yeah, we actually are out of interior plates. Well, we can get a couple of these built up. Oh, we get all of them built up. Hang on. Oh, that was weird. And we still have 2 in our build planner. Did we have 6 in our build planner? I don't know. But, yeah. So, 350, 700, 1,050. So we need 1,050 steel plates, and I don't think we have that many. Yeah, we have 300 steel plates in our inventory. So we need 1,050. Let's go ahead and get some of these planned. We'll get 1,000 planned, and that's going to require 7,000 iron. How are we doing on our iron, by the way? 11K, so we can actually build up all that iron. That's good. And then what are you paused for? So we don't have actually silicon. Okay, we might have to go on a bit of a silicon expedition. So we have silicon over by this magnesium here, and that is it. Over there. Okay. Well, I'm not going to take that. I'm just going to go to get an inventory full of silicon, I think. Put that in there, and we'll head on over. Because an inventory full of silicon lasted us quite a bit before. Eventually, when we get a mining ship, I'll start bringing it over to get this silicon. But for now, I think just an inventory full is going to do fine. There's the silicon hole. Let's head on down. Grab some of that stuff. Silicone. And just like that, we have a full inventory. Let's make sure we don't have any ice that we're bringing home. And we do not. Let's head back. There we go. Silicon is in. And let's look at our refinery to make sure it's got it prioritized. It does. I am never going to use this basic refinery. And every time I search refinery, it's at the top. And I don't think it deserves to be. So let's remove the basic refinery while also remembering how much it did for us in terms of... Are we not pressurized anymore? Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, let's build that up. It did a lot for us, but its time has come. So let's get rid of that. Let's make sure we're still pressurized. We are. Cool. You know what actually might look better is if I remove these and instead put them on the bottom. Although, let's actually see. Maybe it won't let me. It won't let me because we need to have a clear... Well, let's see. Oh, it does let me. Okay. So you know what? We're going to put these on the bottom instead because I think that's going to look a little better. And I wonder if this is going to be pressurized because this technically goes up in the middle, right? It doesn't go up on the side. So we might need to use a different kind of window here. But that's going to allow us to keep our shape up here, which I think is going to look good. It's going to look a lot better having the shape up there. So before we do anything, let's remove these for now. And let's get some of these steel plates built up. So I'm going to go for the ones on the perimeter, I think, first. And see how many of those we can get. Oh, we were able to actually get all of these. So let's start welding. You know what I should do, actually? I'm gonna, you know what? It's early in the series, and this is gonna be good. Let's, instead of using full ones, let's use half ones on the bottom. This is a trick you can do if you want to save on steel plates. So instead of using a full one here, I'll use full ones on the outer edge so it looks good. But instead of using a full steel plate armor block, you use a half one, and that saves you half the materials. So let's grab the half, flip it upside down like that, and it looks the same from the top. It just has a little bit less armor because it's a half block, but no one should be shooting inside my base anyway, right? So I'm not too worried about this. And it's important since we're a little bit low on steel plates already. I will put them there, even though I don't think we need them there. But for my own sanity, I think it'll be nice to have. All right, and with that, you'll see how many more of these we're able to weld up with the same amount of materials. Okay, and let's weld up these guys as well so that we have our nice little ramp for our rover. And let's actually try it out with one of our rovers before we complete this. So let's put our truck on there. Because this would be good for unloading stuff. So that, we're probably actually going to have to fill in this hole as well. It's right in front of our hangar. I just realized. But this thing would actually benefit a lot from being able to unload materials easily, instead of me having to do like 20 trips to get it there. So we'll back this up, and this might take some getting used to, but I think we might actually have it. Keep backing up. It's a bit of a tight squeeze height-wise, but let's see if this actually fits. It does. It's actually going to raise us up in the air, but that's fine. Let's press P. We're parking brake engaged, and it looks a little strange, but I think it's going to be fine. I could, you know what? I could always change this as well so that it ramps up a little bit more. So it would make a little bit more sense. But I think it's going to be fine. All right, I want to check out these windows, see if we can get some of these welded up, because they should be pretty much done. There's one, there's two. It's going to take a couple more trips here. Here's three, and here's four. So now from our hangar, we have a very nice view of the Earth over there. And from the outside, you can kind of see in the hangar. It actually looks like a display at like a car dealership or something. Although the car's a little janky, but you know, looks kind of cool. And actually, this works remarkably well. I can get underneath the car and I can see everything that I need to see in case I need to change anything. So I really like that. I think that worked out better than I thought it would even. Can I weld up the last remaining blocks that are in here? Let's find out. They're mostly half blocks. I think we've got this. Okay, there's one more under there. Let's see if I can get that one. And there we go. All right, the hangar is fully welded other than these 3 massive things right here. So let's try and weld those up, see if we can. And if we can't, then, well, we'll keep building up some steel plates until we can. Okay, I'm gonna put everything else into production. That's gonna be a lot into production. There we go. We're able to get 1. That's good. So we can at least close this guy. No, see what it would look like. This should have a window on it. Let's see. Oh, it's gonna have a window up there, isn't it? Ah, okay. Well, hey, I don't mind that. I think that looks pretty good. You know, I suppose what we can do is instead of having these right here, we could put inset lights. That would look actually pretty good. There we go. I think this is gonna look a lot better than having what we had there. So we have these lights. They're gonna shine a different colored light underneath. So it's gonna kind of contrast with this. It's gonna look cool. Our energy is critical, but let's see if we can actually get some of this stuff welded up before we have to go inside and fix our energy. We have some extra blocks for these, I think. There we go. Get those in there. And let's fix our energy before we die of lack of energy. And after that, I believe we're gonna have to do an iron expedition because we're a little bit low. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this and this into the production here. I'll grab this, and I think that's it. And then I'll do shift, put it into production, and let's see how much we need here. So we're gonna need 4,500 iron, which isn't too tough to get. Let's head out with this thing, I think. Oh, I need to actually open my one little test door here. There we go. Check it out. The door is opening. Let's press P and head on out. Oh, we're gonna run into it. There we go. All right, we're looking for some iron, so let's head off to the right over here and go grab some iron from our coffee shop. Oh, we wanted to actually, hang on. Let's engage our parking brake there. We wanted to actually work on the coffee shop a little bit, so let me grab some interior plates and some steel plates, and we'll do some work over there. Oops, wrong vehicle. Okay, we've got some interior plates and some steel plates, so let's head back over to our what was this guy called again? The Mocha-mobile, and let's head on over to the CoFiNi area. We're gonna grab some of the fee. Put the fee in coffee. All right, we're approaching the CoFiNi shop. Let's go ahead and slow down here, and we can do a little bit of work on this. So let's hopefully not fall into the hole that we created over here. Wait, where is it? Oh, it's over there. Okay, I see it. All right. P for parking brake, and let's do some work on this. So I wanted this to be like, this would be like a porch or something, and then we're gonna have some windows here. So let me get those set up. I think we're gonna position them like this. So we'll have a window, we'll have number 9 window, and we'll have number 8 window, which is the middle piece. Like so. Okay, so that'll be a nice window right there. And then we'll do a door, which I have right here. And I think we're gonna do our offset door. Position it right there so it's in line with that window. And then maybe right here, instead of doing it like that, we're gonna do a nice angled block right here. That kind of merges with that. Okay, same here. I will tell you what, the CoFiNi shop is getting larger and larger, but that's not a bad thing. I wish there was a block that you could use to kind of bridge this gap right here, because there isn't really, is there? I guess you could use a steel plate block, and this one is almost what you would want, but not exactly what you would want. It's a little weird of a gap to try and sort out. But anyways, actually, you know what I can do instead right here? I can use some inset lights to make this look a little bit nice. So I'd have an inset light on each side, one right there and one over here. I think that would look pretty nice, providing some utility to those corners that we didn't really know what to do with. Okay, so on here, we're gonna use some of our decorative blocks. So decoration 1 added a lot of like chairs and tables and stuff, which is kind of neat. And what you can actually do is you can position them in such a way that it looks like a 4-way table like that. So we could just do one like right there. We could do one maybe a little bit farther back like this. And then there we go. It's starting to look a little bit more like a coffee shop. We would need to expand this, of course. So we'd need to bring it back this way. So we have more space. And we'd probably do like a counter. So we could do something like that. And then I believe in one of the DLCs, they added some nice looking counter blocks. Don't actually know which one they would. Oh, maybe this actually. Sci-fi bar counters. And we have a corner bar counter too. So let's grab the sci-fi bar counter and we can put that like that. And that's going to be cool because that's like a drinks thing, even though it's not really coffee. Or maybe it is, who's to say? And then we can grab the corner one like that, position it like that, and then you have a nice little bar where people would come up, they'd order their CoFiNi, and they would sit down and enjoy it. Over here, perhaps we could have a little couch area. So they have these nice couches right here. You could maybe have like a little chill area right here, where you could come and chill if you didn't want to like go to a table or something like that. I don't know, just a kind of a little area. I think it looks pretty good. So the CoFiNi shop, I think is what we're gonna do is, I like to include Patreon and supporter names in every series. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna include those here somehow. Maybe on the back wall, there will be like a plaque with a bunch of Patreon names. So if you wanna be on that plaque, feel free to check out the Patreon link below in the description. And if you're already a Patreon, then don't worry, your name will be on there soon. So probably right here. This is kind of the integration thing, because I advertised some sort of integration into a series on Patreon, that there will be some sort of integration, and sometimes that's in the way of ship names, sometimes that's in the way of something like that. And this is kind of what we did in last series too, where we had the museum with a room dedicated to supporters and stuff like that. But anyway, let's continue over here. I think this is good for now. We're just going to leave this be because we're going to need to come back with a lot of materials, and that we will probably either later in this episode or next episode. Let's head on down and grab some iron. So I'm gonna put this stuff in here, and we're gonna start getting some iron that we can bring back to the base. Lights on, and let's get it. All right, we've done a couple trips now, but I think we're gonna try to fill this thing up completely. Looking at it, we're probably almost there. We need to get the connector still, and we need to get this guy still, and I think that's gonna be it. But we're almost there. We're gonna bring back a full load this time, and we're gonna test this thing's capabilities of carrying a full load of iron. We're gonna need it for sure. That's the one thing I learned about space engineers. No matter how much iron you get, it's never enough. You always need more. Always. Hey, I finally got it so that I can not deposit anything anymore. I was able to get, let's see. I got a little bit of cobalt, a little bit of nickel, one inventory full of each. I got 8,000 iron, 3,000 iron, 25,000 iron, 27,000 iron, and that is gonna be it, plus another 3,000 iron. So that's a lot of iron. I'm not even gonna do all that math. Oh. Cool, there's a sound when you press O in the ship. I was trying to press P, but I misclicked. O is the button to turn on and off your, antenna, I believe. Kind of neat. Let's head on over to the base, and we've got a full load here, so we got to be careful not to spill it everywhere if we try and take a jump too hard. But let's get back to the base. This is going to be nice. This is going to last us for quite a while. Although I always say that, and it never lasts us even an episode. So we'll see. We'll see how long it lasts us. All right, welcome back to the base, and we're going to try to use the garage for the first time. Well, for the first time, using it for its intended purpose. Let's back in, and hopefully this goes well. It occurs to me I probably need a light on the back of this rover so that I can see what's back there. But we're gonna slow on down. It looks like we're lined up pretty perfectly here. So let's get up there, and oops, that's the wrong button. And let's see if we can connect here. Hey, perfect. All right, connect that right there, and let's hop on out. All right, that guy's now connecting, and one thing I want to check is our refinery. So let's check our refinery, and it is indeed getting that iron, which is good, because we're definitely going to need it for all of this production. In fact, I'll be curious to see how much iron it does get. It's already up to 23K. Dang, it's gotten 30K right here, and there's another like 32K for it to get. That's so much iron. That's a lot. I like it. Okay, so as the sun goes down, we're gonna have to wait for our refinery to do its work, but once that's done, this hangar should be done as well. We're pretty much there. Oh, in fact, I've got more iron to give it, so there you go. Okay, we're still waiting for for this thing to weld up. I got these lights in, and I made them like a nice, like off blue almost, like a bluish kind of cold light, which I think kind of contrasts with that a little bit. What do you guys think about that? That's kind of neat. But anyway, we have a couple things on here that I'd like to do to this ship. In fact, I'd like to rework the front a little bit as well to make it look a little nicer. But what someone said that I think was a really good suggestion is that we should add an ore detector to this, which makes a lot of sense. Ore detector would be good on here. So let's go ahead and put it maybe right there, I think. So it's kind of sticking out a little bit. We can see it. Let's try and grab everything we can to it. I'll put into production if we can't. And in fact, we can get everything there. Okay. And were we able to get this built up, by the way? We were. Not all the armor, but we were able to get this built up. Good. Well, in that case, I can test the pressurization. Let's go ahead and close. We'll go ahead and close, and we'll go ahead and close. I'll group these and give them a button pretty soon, but I gotta say, that actually looks kind of cool. No. Boom. 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 Cool stuff. Yeah, I figured that would probably not be a complete gap. And looking at our pressurization, yeah, it looks like we're not pressurized. Okay, so we're gonna need to rework these windows here. So here's what I'm thinking. If we do something like that right there, and then flip it for this one, and we do the same for number 9, so bring it up like that and then flip it for this one, it should end up being a pretty cool looking window sort of thing. Okay, what do you guys think of this? I think that looks pretty cool. That's actually a neat looking window sort of thing. And we should have pressurization now. We do not. So something in here is blocking our pressurization. But what could it be? It's not this, is it? There we go. We can just grab one of these and then build it up like so. And that should fix the pressurization. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Pressurization is fixed. Perfect. Okay. So these actually do pressurize under them, but we just have some snow there. I guess, which makes sense. It's fine. But anyway, we now have a pressurized hangar that we can work on, and we're gonna have to, oh, you know what we need to do actually? Oh, this is one thing. We cannot depressurize until we make an oxygen tank and a hydrogen tank. So I think maybe that's our next step. We now have our pressurized hangar. Let's try and make an oxygen and a hydrogen tank. So I'm gonna close, or open this rather. I don't wanna go through there because that's gonna depressurize this massive room. So let's not go through there quite yet until we have a tank. Oh, but now that door. Close it remotely, just like that. Let it pressurize up, and then go in here. Perfect. Okay, so I'm thinking about how I want to handle this for oxygen and hydrogen. And I think what we might do is we might put oxygen in a room, and then hydrogen we might put outside somewhere. Let's put our light on here so we can see. So if I want to build an oxygen room, it would kind of make sense for it to be under this, because this is... Or if we want to put hydrogen in a room too, it would make sense for it to be kind of connected to this, wouldn't it? So for that, we're gonna have to work with the loop around thing that we're gonna do. So let's grab our blocks here and continue this. We'll grab our sci-fi, we'll go like that. It'll continue to about 2 blocks right there, and then it'll go up like this again. And it might continue more this way. I don't know, I haven't decided that yet, but it's at least gonna continue down here. So we're gonna have a stairwell that's gonna start going down right there. And I think, actually, here's what we'll do. We'll keep it like this. We use our Pipeworks blocks that we're using here. Carry that on down right there, up to about there maybe. And then bring that up right there. Okay, so where are our stairs? I think they're under number 2 here with our ladder. And I'm gonna use the these stairs here because I think they look kind of cool for this situation. Okay, something like that. And then I'm gonna have to start drilling right here, I think, probably. Because this particular area is a little bit not steep enough. But we drill a little bit right there, and then we put our stairs back in right there, going down. And yeah, we'll have to drill a little bit of that out also. There we go. There's our stairs, and that's gonna bring us down to about this level where we can make our next room. So I think right here, we're gonna start our next floor. Okay, there we go. That's gonna be how our hallway is gonna go. So it's gonna continue this way, like that, and you'll be able to kind of come down here. And then, like I said, maybe it'll continue that way. Maybe we'll put something in here. I don't really know how we're gonna do it, but it's at least gonna come down here, and we'll have rooms over here. Okay, so the room's definitely gonna continue about this way, like this. And then we're gonna have the wall. And maybe I won't pressurize this quite yet, or maybe I'll pressurize it separately from everything else, because I don't really know where I'm gonna put the hallway quite yet. But this actually does give us the opportunity, if we want to make a room underneath here, we could as well. We just have to dig it out. So once we get like a minor ship, we might actually try and put a room underneath there, underneath the rest of the base. But for now, we're going to be putting it like this. And so yeah, I think the room that's going to contain our oxygen and our hydrogen is probably going to be right here. And do I continue this entire thing? I could, because then this window would be looking into the room instead of looking outside, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think that would actually be kind of cool. maybe the roof would go like this. So this roof would kind of come down probably. So I think here's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna have two, we're gonna do it very similarly to how we did this in here, where we have two built up and then two for like the future if we wanna use them. So I'm gonna do it like the oxygen stuff right there. Then I'm gonna do an hydrogen tank next to it. So kind of facing like this, I think. Maybe I'll do doubles like that, and then I'll do oxygen tank right next to that. And that should look pretty cool. So oxygen tank right there. Okay, so I think that's gonna look good. And then the entrance to the room would be more like, oh, actually, you know what? Let's do it like this. There we go. So we're gonna have two hydrogen tanks in there, two oxygen tanks in there, and an O2 H2 generator, which could be double stacked if we need it to be in the future. And then we're gonna have another set of the same thing, which aren't gonna be welded up quite yet, but if we ever want to weld them up in the future, we'll have the space for it. So I think that's gonna be pretty good. And then we'll pressurize this room, and maybe we'll add an entrance from here, because we could technically do that if we wanted to put like a door there, a ladder going down right there, and then have it come in here. And then we'd also have the entrance coming from this side. So we could double entrance this. Okay, there we go. It is a block for now, but we're gonna make it look a little bit nicer with some design blocks, I think. Or maybe not, because we're actually gonna need to put some pipes up here. So maybe we won't make it look a little nicer, but you know, we'll do how much we need to do to make it look nice. Okay, let's start getting this stuff welded up. This is gonna take a lot of steel plates, just like when we built that thing up there. So I'm gonna remove you for now, so we can get the blocks under you and around you. Oh, I depressurized the entire base. My bad, I didn't mean to. I'm gonna put a cargo container right there. So, is that... Oh, I don't really like that positioning though. I'm just gonna put a cargo container right here actually. I think that would work. All right, and with this, we should now have a conveyor going to where our O2H2 generator is gonna be, and also a cargo container that we can use. So this is gonna go back to being a normal block like so. And we're gonna have a connection right there, probably. But anyway, we can build this up now, so let's see if we can actually get all the stuff for it. And we did everything but the motor, so we're gonna have to put some stuff into production. And what's on my build planner, by the way? I don't know why it told me I need a lot of steel plates when I was technically able to get the steel plates. But there we go, we now have another O2H2 generator, which means we can probably remove the one that we have over in the entryway, because this one will provide for everything we need. Now, so what we're gonna do for this, let's get the actual room built up before we do the piping. So let's get all these guys done. I'm gonna go in here and do a control middle mouse button, see if I can get a bunch of stuff. And let's get this built up. Okay, so for the piping for these guys, how are we gonna do this? I think what we're probably gonna do is we're gonna have corner ones going from there to there, or curved ones rather. And then from here, we're probably gonna need a all-way one. Which I don't like the all-way ones really, but it's fine. And then here we can use another all-way one actually. Yeah. And then we can go straight down. Once we get the curve, there we go. And straight again. I'll use straight with a little pipe end right there. Okay, so that should have that done. And it's gonna look pretty cool because they're the pipe connections. And then if we wanna do it on this side, we can always add them later. Okay, so let's go ahead and get maybe the pipes done. Okay, we should have all the pipes done. Oh, just a couple of construction components we're missing. And let's see. There we go. All the pipes should be done now for this, which means we can now work on getting them welded up. I'm gonna remove this one for now so that I can get him and him built up. And I want to get these welded up at about the same time, because the thing with the O2H2 generators, I don't even know if these have any ice, but the way they work usually is if they have one of the tanks, like oxygen only, they're going to start processing that ice and putting the oxygen in, but they won't do anything with the hydrogen. So I'd like to get the oxygen tank and the hydrogen tank set up at the same time so that it has somewhere to put both of them. And that's how I'm going to do it. Okay, we have all the stuff for the oxygen and the hydrogen tanks, so let's get this one welded up, and then let's get we can't get it yet. Let's get that one welded up as well. Let's see if they're starting to fill. Yeah, so they are. You see this one at 0.2. This one over here is at 2, 3. So this one only carries 100,000 liters, whereas this one carries 1 to the power of 6 liters. 1,000,000,000. The same, 100,000. It's just written differently, I guess. But anyway, yeah. Okay, so we now have another oxygen tank, and we can put the original oxygen tank that we had here right back. There we go. I guess I'll even weld up a little bit of it, because why not? All right, let's continue getting the room welded up. We now have this here though. So that means that if we need to depressurize a room, we can do it. For instance, if I want to go over here, actually, yeah, I'll show you because we want to add a door somewhere. So let's pop on over here, close this, let this pressurize, pop into here, pop into here. And we wanted to add some sort of door right here. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to remove that, but this is pressurized. So let's pop into here and put in depressurize. It's going to take all the air out and it's putting that actually inside that oxygen tank over there. So now it's fully depressurized. We can go down here. So I'm going to remove that and I'm going to remove this. And this is basically going to become a door. So we'll go to our doors and we'll use maybe this one, a sliding door like that. Or maybe we'll use our offset door. Yeah, I guess let's use the offset door because I really do like the offset door here. Okay, so since we want to make this pressurized again, I'm going to go ahead and put another block right down here. Put that right there. Now, in order to pressurize this, we need to get all three of these welded up. So let's give it a try. The door first, maybe. There are those blocks, and let's finish up the door here. The door is actually missing some components, so let's get those built up before we get that. I'll put these all the way at the back. And there we go. That should be everything that we need for the door. So let's get that built up. So now, once we close this room should be pressurized again, and we can go in here and set pressurize on. Okay, cool. And what I wanted to do here is I wanted to add some sort of stairwell. So we'll not use one of the long stairwells. We'll use one of these, I think, but the bigger one. There we go. So now we have a way to enter this room down here whenever we want to. I'm going to set this to depressurize again so that I can go out there. And we will be able to. So that's why we need those tanks in order to get this room pressurized. Oh, we're out of nickel or something. Oh, you know what? We're not out of nickel because I got some at the place. We just need to refine it. We have 32,000 iron in here. Wow, that's a lot. But there we go. That's going to be our vent, and it's spinning, but nothing's happening because we're not pressurized yet. Okay, let's continue getting this room pressurized. It's looking really good. We've got this wall pretty much almost pressurized. We just need to get the rest of it. So let's go and do it. Actually, it does look like it's going to take a long time to get some of that stuff assembled. So while that's assembling, I'm going to go ahead and create a button. We're going to use a button pedestal, I think. And we're going to put one on each of these sides. So let's grab the stuff for that. And we're going to put a button right here, and we're going to put a button right here. And what these are going to do, for now, all they're going to do is they're going to switch this to pressurize and depressurize. But later, we'll set up a timer block to let them actually close the doors and set this to depressurize. So this one right here is going to go... actually, I need to name this vent. We'll call it main airlock vent, just like that. So in here, we'll go to main airlock vent, grab this, and do depressurize on. There we go. And then same thing over here, we'll have main airlock vent, and we'll grab this and do depressurize off. So yeah, like I said, eventually these will do multiple actions, but for now, all this is going to do is set it to depressurize on. Oh, well, it's not closed anyway. All that'll do is set it to depressurize on, and this will set it to depressurize off, allowing it to... Did I... Oh, I put show on HUD. That's weird. Whoops. There we go, depressurize off. So now, there we go, pressurizes. There we go, depressurizes. So it makes sense because when you would want to go out, you'd press this button instead of opening the door, and it'd basically go bzz, and then open the door for you. And then when you want to go in, you press this, it would close that, do that, and then open this door for you. So yeah, we'll have that set up eventually, not quite yet. Let's do the same thing in the hangar so that we have something that will open and close the hangar door. So I guess I'll just put a button right here, which will, I guess we probably want a button to open the hangar. Yeah, what I'm going to need here eventually is going to be a script. I'm going to need to do a programmable block that I can put like right there or something. That's a perfect spot. And then I'll probably need a script that would open and close this. So I'd have this on a button so that one button click would depressurize and open this at the same time. And the other button would pressurize and close it at the same time. All right, we were able to get about this far before we ran out of blocks again, but it's most of the way. We got this entire wall done right here, as well as this one, as well as some of this one and some of the roof. So we're getting there. We just need to let this thing assemble a little bit more, and then we'll finish this up. Is there anything else we need to do, I'm wondering, before, like that we can do instead of waiting for this to assemble? What else do we want to do? Oh, one thing we want to do actually, here's an interesting thing. Some of you suggested in episode 2, I think, after episode 2, that we should add something to our truck. So let me go here, put this to pressurize, open the door, and we're gonna head out into the garage here. So some of you guys suggested that it'd be really cool if I added some sort of connector on here so that we could put our reconnaissance rover. And I think that's an amazing idea. The only problem is I don't know where. Maybe on the side here? The problem is it's got a lot of wingspan, right? So I'd need to put it like this far out probably. We'll put it about that far out. Let's build that up and let's see if we can actually put the little rover on it. There we go, something like that, and it should be able to fit there. All right, Sprite drone, you're gonna go inside here and you're gonna go into that little spot right there. Not quite sure where the connector is, but it's somewhere here. Oh, there we go. It's found it. Okay, so now if I go here, I should be able to press number 8 and then recharge. Okay, so now it is officially connected to the ship, which is wild. That means I can't press P on this, otherwise this guy's gonna get launched off, but it's connected. That's a kind of cool idea. I don't know if I'll keep it here connected for every time we go out, but that is kind of cool. So now if we go out, we can just very easily pick up the Sprite drone and just kind of use it. It would be nicer to have this ship built around the Sprite drone. So if I had like a little divot and I could put the drone inside it and then it comes back up so it never falls off or anything, that'd be cool. But this is a pretty awesome compromise, I think. I could do something like this maybe. So I have double protection blocks on there so it never breaks off. I think that'd be cool. All right, very awesome suggestion. I like it. All right, close the doors, pressurize back on, and let's get back over to the building of that room. It's almost done. We just need to get the some of those blocks put in. All right, this should be the last of the normal wall blocks. Let's get this one more down here done. And the room's almost pressurized. We just need, I think the floor's done as well, right? Yes, it is. Okay, we just need to get the windows in. So let's build those up. And I think we'll face it like this. So that, flip it around for the bottom one. And then number 7 here, we'll do it like that. Flip it around for the top one. And then we'll do the middles right here. Caution strips on the outside. I don't know. Okay, let's get these guys welded up. So we'll right click all 6 of them. And we'll see if we have the materials. I doubt we do. We do. Wow. Okay. I thought we were a little bit low on steel plates, but I guess not. Okay, let's weld these up. And with this, we should have a pressurized room. Let's see. Ah, we're missing that one block. Drats. Okay, let's get this one. Successful. And now we should have a pressurized room. Yes, okay. We now have a pressurized oxygen and hydrogen room, which I think is amazing. There we go. We no longer have to worry about always having ice because now it's gonna store oxygen and hydrogen whenever we have any excess, which is good. What we can also do now is we can open this, although this is depressurized, so it's gonna try to eat all of our, this is a weird predicament because this is trying to eat all of our oxygen and this is trying to give all of our oxygen. So they're in a constant battle to see who's going to win, but we'll put them on the same team here. There we go. And now we should have a fully oxygenated area. Okay, I think this is good. This is, we've done a lot in this episode. We got this entire room built here, which is a big step up in terms of the base, having oxygen and hydrogen storage. And we also got the hangar built up, which is another big step as well. I don't think it's still open. Yeah, the hangar looks awesome, I think. This is actually a really cool kind of minimalist hangar for us. So, but that's gonna be the end of this one. I think we're gonna end it there because it's getting a little long for my tastes, but let me know what you guys thought of this one. Let me know what you think of the hangar, of the other room, of how the coffee shop is coming along. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. If you like this episode, please hit the like button. Put any comments and suggestions down below in the comments section. If you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. If you want to become part of our Discord or a patron, feel free to check those out in the description below. You'll get your name in the end credits, just like these lovely people right here. With that, I'll see you all in the next episode of Space Engineers Survival.